What's up, everyone? It's Willette with Urbex and Coasters, and today I'm at the Westminster Mall in Westminster, California, and I have something here outside the mall that illustrates how dead this place is. So you have spots for 1, 2, 3, 4. You have spots for 8 stores. You have 1, 2, 3 that actually have tenants in them. You can see both the Sears label scar and the John's Incredible Pizza Company label scar. So you've got an abandoned John's Incredible at this mall, which, considering how new those things are, the fact that there was one here that's abandoned should tell you something. When I mentioned that John's Incredible Pizza Company is abandoned, I mean, the signage is still up. Over there is the Sears that got its own, dedicated video, because fuck Eddie Lampert, the Richard Zimmerman of retail. Look at those hours. This mall is so dead they don't even have directories. Look at that. Well, I guess there's one here. So it appears that 3 anchors are listed here, although outside the Macy's had been removed. So Target and JCPenney are still here, but considering the size of the mall, this directory is pretty tiny. Here's that John's Incredible Pizza Company that I referenced that is abandoned. All the signage is still here. Doesn't look like there's any seeing inside there. Yeah, no seeing inside of there. Just getting a panorama of everything here. I mean, this reminds me a lot of Century 3. More reminders of Century 3. Got an escalator closed. I'll head towards JCPenney because that's open. Get another directory. Well, one side is. Definitely remember seeing these at Century 3 in the final years. And look at this, JCPenney has walled off their entrance inside of the mall. I mean, this is how you know a mall is dead, when you start seeing anchor tenants do this. Definitely love that they've got 2 of these here because, this mall is good for gender diverse people, it seems. The true sign of a dead mall. It's happy to take your money, but you won't get a drink from it. When you start seeing tenants like this occupy malls, it's always a sign that the mall is on the ropes. This vending machine barely has anything in it. You can see they still have their Christmas ad up. 2 Christmas references in this one video. I wouldn't be surprised if, looking at the coloring of some of those bottles, if some of those are actually from back then, which, yeah, shows how few people come here. Now we're in the hallway between JCPenney and Macy's. Ooh, wonder if we can see anything in here. You can see a little. I've used those before. You can see the sign for Macy's up there. Gotta love a lot of the stuff that's in this mall. Got that Macy's sign still lighting up, and you've got a carousel in here. They don't have anyone operating it, and they got it decked in Christmas lights. I bet I could get it turning if I wanted to, honestly. Looks like we'll have a Macy's video coming. The Macy's must have closed recently. Seasonal decorations that are not appropriate for the season being up. A true sign. So you've got that in there. That's weird. We've got one escalator that's actually still on. So we'll go up the escalator. You can see Macy's, the sign is still there. Auntie Anne's is one of the last tenants. Remind you of anything? Here we get an upper view of the carousel. Don't know if you can see the mechanism in there that would make it turn. You can see a little bit of a label scar on Macy's. There's another look at that Macy's sign, which has not come down yet. You can see the star still lights up on there. I was gonna say they're putting money on there, but if you look closely, it says for motion picture purposes. You know, as much as Bath and Body Works is very much a cliched thing to have in these dead malls, I mean, it does kind of remind me of Opryland, that you've got this building here with its own roof that's under the big roof of the mall. So that's pretty cool. And yes, Opryland, the former theme park that was converted to a mall. I've been there, but it was before I took videos. Another sign of a dead mall. That Target, that is probably the one thing that brings people in, just like the JCPenney. Their gate is closed. I mean, if I'm being honest, it kind of feels like this mall is being sabotaged because, you know, ordering the anchor stores to close their gates like that, when it's like the stuff inside the mall, it's still open, and you're ordering the stuff inside the mall to close their gates when they have outside entrances. You know, if you're asking me, this kind of feels like a little bit of self-sabotage. You know, sort of like what Eddie Lampert did to Sears and Kmart. Sort of like what Richard Zimmerman is doing to Six Flags. You know, so much I could say about that. Here's the signage for JCPenney, like what we saw for Macy's. I wonder if there's any signage for Sears that's still up. We've got a claw machine arcade here. It's all claw machines. And like, I mean, you get someone hooked on one of these, you're gonna be profitable. A lot of these storefronts, I'm gonna be honest, it feels like there's someone who's renting some of them and like using them as storage units or something. And I mean, that's probably where the sign for Sears would have been. It's not there anymore. So look at that hallway. Look down that hallway. Another directory that only has one directory on it. You can see Macy's is still on there, so this has not been updated for a while. A lot of these places are gone now. Don't want to get the people who are playing on camera, but you know, indoor tennis courts True sign of a dead mall. Also, here by John's Incredible Pizza Company and Sears, you've got a single working escalator. And now for the food court. We actually do have a few places open. Looks like this place might still be open, but closed for now. Or it closed very recently, I don't know. This Genghis Khan place. Oh, you've got, this one has had a lot of its kitchen removed. Don't know how long before that signage comes down. A vending machine that actually looks like it's stocked. And it's not on. Yeah. The one that's stocked isn't on. I don't know what this one was, but it had spaghetti and meatballs. This Japanese place, it looks like they're just closed for the day. Because, like, there are people back there. Pylon Be Happy. And then we've got all this. And you've got one more food place that's still open. So, like, I mean, you do have a decent selection in the food court. And then you've got more stuff like this. Like, I mean, I love how places here can just put signs up outside like that. Because, you know, I guess they don't have competition. Here's the Sears. Got a shopping cart in there. Wonder where it's from. Got a Jamba here. I mean, that could be good. And then you've got more places like this, taking up space in this mall. Like, I mean, this mall is definitely declining. Another piece of evidence that this mall is in the decline. You've got that U off center, you've got the O that fell off. But yeah, that's probably gonna do it here for our look at Westminster Mall, and there will be more coming from this mall in the future. I can promise you that.